I use Psychic on my Latios to knock out the Gengar. So it's Outsped, you use Ice Punch, I use Psychic, it's knocked out, and then there's Machamp, which is definitely slower than Latios, quite slow. It has better physical defenses and low special one, so it will also probably die to Psychic, so I just sit here and click Psychics. That's the safest, best, most obvious move. And I win this battle. First off, the opponent sends out an Aerodactyl. It's a rock and flying type. It's weak to Thunderbolt, but it's very fast. Definitely faster than my Latios. So my first thought is to... شو؟ So I think to switch out to my... No, I'm recording a video of explaining this bullshit to myself. So I think of switching my Metagross into it, because like it can resist the rock moves, flying moves, which Aerodactyl's likely to have because they share a type with it and they're physical, and Aerodactyl's attacks, the physical attack is higher. It could also learn Earthquake, but it's unlikely to click it because Latios has Levitate and thus immune to ground move. I send out Metagross, it takes a Hyper Beam, a normal type move which still resists. It still does a lot because Aerodactyl has a very insane attack. Aerodactyl must recharge, so even though it's faster, it doesn't get to attack me here, and I use Meteor Mash, the steel move, super effective against rock. And then there's Rhydon, quite slow Pokemon, rock ground, so it's weak to Meteor Mash, and I continue just mashing. And then Nidoqueen, poison ground, not weak to Meteor Mash, but Metagross is strong. I have a choice band, it stabs, so like a lot of damage. And it's Oka, and it one hit KOs anyways. Third opponent sends out Milotic, pure water type. It's weak to Thunderbolt. At first I think I could go send out Metagross and click Explosion, a very powerful normal type move that KOs the user, but also does a lot of damage, likely to KO the opponent. To think of like getting rid of the Milotic immediately because it can be very annoying. But I decide against it. I just Calm Mind. It Mirror Coats, so like I can Calm Mind again. Mirror Coat reflects special damage dealt to the opponent doubled. So if it used it, I thought maybe it will use it again. So I can get another Calm Mind and get stronger, and I can KO it without it being able to get the Mirror Coat off. But then it like used Ice Beam, so I changed my mind and just went for Thunderbolt to damage it or KO it. Which didn't KO, it used Safeguard, protects from status. Thunderbolt again, the Milotic faints. Blaziken, I'm faster, it's fighting type, thus weak to Psychic, and I use Psychic. Vileplume, Poison Grass, weak to Psychic, click Psychic again. Match 4. Gyarados, or Gyarados, uh, flying water type, both of which are weak to electric, so it's 4 times weak to electric. So there is no way it survives an electric move, so I can just click Thunderbolt with Latios here. Blastoise, pure water type, click Thunderbolt. Critical hit. I don't think it would have KO'd the Blastoise without the critical hit, which is like, it has a chance of, so a move has a chance of doing a critical hit, which is like, it does double the usual damage. But I don't think Blastoise would have been an issue, clicking Thunderbolt was still the best move there. And then Umbreon. Pure Dark type, very good defenses, very annoying. I use Dragon Claw, it uses Double Team. Double Team raises the evasiveness of a Pokemon, which means that you're more likely to miss your moves, so moves that may have been 100% accurate are now like 95 or less, I don't know the exact number. But basically you're more likely to miss, which is very, very annoying. I decide before it can become a bigger problem to just send out Metagross and explode on it, hoping I don't get the small chance of missing the explosion to immediately get rid of it and not have to deal with evasiveness nonsense. It uses toxic poison move, doesn't affect steel types. Explosion, and it KOs the Umbreon. Battle number 5. Whiscash, ground water type. It's only weak to grass. I do not have a grass type. I have a grass move on my Tentacruel, but it's very weak. It's probably not going to KO it, even though it's 4 times weak to grass. So I don't do that, so I don't switch to it. It's also ground type, which is super effective against the poison types, which Tentacruel is. It's water poison. I just call my thinking it's not going to do a lot of damage. I am wrong, it does a lot. I use Psychic, it barely doesn't KO, and it Ice Beams again. So I send Tentacruel, I just use Surf because slowing HP doesn't matter. Hariyama. I click Hydro Pump, it misses. Hydro Pump is a strong water move, it's neutral to fighting types like Hariyama. And it shares a type with Tentacruel, so it should do a lot of damage regardless. I send out Metagross. And just Meteor Mash, since all my moves are neutral against it, and Meteor Mash shares a type with Metagross and thus does the most damage. I miss. Earthquake, critical hit. A non-critical hit probably doesn't KO me there, but it got the crit, so I lost. Very unlucky, and that was the round of the Battle Tower.